Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Gauthier. In entertainment news, a great weekend at the box office. AMC Theater says Barbie and Oppenheimer gave it the highest sales week in its 103-year history. The movies combined made more than $1 billion in 10 days worldwide. July 21st through 27th set the new record for AMC, and high traffic continued after that. Industry observers have dubbed it the Barbenheimer phenomenon. Thanks to Barbie, Greta Gerwig is now the highest-grossing female director for an opening weekend. R&B pop star Lizzo is facing a harassment lawsuit. 3 former dancers claim they were subjected to a hostile work environment and harassment while they were members of the Grammy winners dance team. The complaint filed in Los Angeles Superior Court also names her production company, Big Girl Big Touring, and a person described as dance cast captain as defendants in the suit. Among the claims outlined in the suit, one of the 3 plaintiffs said she was encouraged by the singer to, quote, take turns touching the nude performers while out at a club in Amsterdam's red light district. Lizzo is known for her uplifting messages and advocacy for body positivity as an integral part of her work. Someone who bought a Mega Millions ticket in Pennsylvania came oh so close to winning the $1 billion jackpot last Friday. The person matched the 5 white balls drawn but missed out on the yellow ball. Matching those 5 numbers was no easy feat, and the person still won $5 million. The next Mega Millions drawing is Tuesday night. More than $1 billion is up for grabs. Good luck, everyone. That's a look at your entertainment news. I'm Olivia Gauthier. Silicon Valley Bank collapsed Friday as investors quickly began pulling out funds and deposits. Today, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation transferred all deposits into a bridge bank that will be regulated by the FDIC to protect investors. With the largest bank failure our country has seen since 2008, will it affect us here in Georgia? That is the question I posed to UJ economics professor Jeffrey Dorfman.
So in general, it won't. This was the biggest bank failure in a while, but it's still a pretty small bank.
Up, welcome back. It is Olivia Gauthier coming to you live for one last time outside of Sanford Stadium. It has truly been a record-breaking year for UJ athletics and an amazing year for Georgia football, being the first team in the college football playoff era to win back-to-back national championships and score a record number of points in that game. A few of us want to just take a look back at some of our favorite moments from this past football season. So, as many of you know, this past Saturday was the annual G-Day Spring Scrimmage game. So I'm joined now by former UJ receiver Karis Jackson. Karis, can you tell us a little bit about the 4 rings that you guys received on Saturday, and which one's your favorite?
I would love to tell you. So here today I have all 4 rings that we received on Saturday.
That is amazing. Coming up after the break, Josh will be back in the studio with you to let you know if we can expect this beautiful weather to continue.
Great News Source reporter Olivia Gauthier spoke with the NAACP Vice President and joins us now live from the Tate Center. Olivia, tell us about what's happening.
Clay, so UGA NAACP is kicking off a week full of events surrounding race relations here at UGA that they are calling Rolling Proud. They have a mixture of events from relationship discussions to faculty members and educational events. Today they are hosting an event with the National Association of Black Journalists as well as the Black Pre-Law Student Association. I had the opportunity to speak earlier with Jessica Evans. She is the NAACP Vice President, and she is also breaking barriers within the UGA Student Government Association.
Word, but culture is a word, but it's also our acronym, having opportunity and prosperity for everyone.
Fatim Nian, alongside NAACP Vice President Jessica Evans and student activist Kristen Ivy, represent hope, having opportunity and prosperity for everyone. Launching today, they are the second all-black SGA ticket in UGA history.
So I am running as the presidential candidate for this ticket. My friend Kristen Ivy is running as vice president, and Jessica Evans is running as treasurer candidate on this ticket. With this ticket as well, we are also all black individuals, so that it doesn't really happen very often, and we are also the only 3 black people running this year on one ticket.
Evans believes the efforts of hope, in addition to the events taking place this week with NAACP, contribute to a much bigger picture.
We hope that this week is more so just bringing people together and having discussions that actually educate people on what's going on. It's extremely important. And then bringing in faculty who can also talk to us and give us advice and knowledge on what we need to know going forward and as future leaders is super important to me and to our organization. So I'm very excited about this week.
The opportunity and the hope that there's a place where their kid or adult would feel welcomed and loved. That's my favorite part.
Java Joy Athens coordinator Madison McCrory explains her feelings regarding the Java Joy experience. Coffee, hug, enjoy. Located inside Piedmont Athens Regional Hospital, Java Joy strives to provide adults with disabilities with meaningful employment and a community of support. McCrory understands firsthand Extra Special People, or ESP's, impact on the local community.
I say that Java Joy is kind of the hands and feet of ESP and what we do because it's sometimes the first thing that people see when they experience ESP, and it's sometimes their first interaction with someone with a disability ever. And so it's really cool to watch our Joyristas kind of break down that barrier.
Joyristas are undoubtedly breaking down barriers one cup of coffee at a time. In the U.S., about 70% of adults with disabilities can and want to work, but only 35% are employed in meaningful work. Hannah has been working for Java Joy for about 6 years now, and when asked about her favorite part of the job, her response was no different than most of ours when it comes to working.
I like to pour coffee. I like getting paid, like money, so I could move out to Florida.
Java Joy currently employs over 50 adults across their 4 locations with the hopes of becoming the largest employer of adults with disabilities in America. UGA professor Dr. Rachel Caliani explains some of the limitations adults with disabilities face in our country.
Options and career options for people with disabilities, especially intellectual and developmental disabilities, continue to be sparse. Java Joy not only provides an opportunity for adults with disabilities to work, but they demonstrate the potential in other organizations for including people with disabilities.
While the issue of opportunity remains, the Java Joy program still strives to make small steps in the right direction.
The world is not necessarily built for people with disabilities. Luckily, here in Athens, we have a great community that knows who we are and knows kind of what they're getting themselves into. But it's definitely a pressure point that you feel of breaking down that barrier for someone to meet someone with a disability for the first time and learn what our program is. So,
Olivia Gauthier, Grady News Source. With the previous state ban of TikTok on all government devices, Congress is now again looking to ban TikTok, however, for all 150 million U.S. users. UGA student Kennedy Johnston, who has built a following on the TikTok platform for the past 2 years, would be particularly impacted.
I realized there was a need for more UGA content. Personally, going into college, I was struggling to find Black content creators who attended UGA. I started doing UGA content and I got a lot of great feedback.
Kennedy says people are interested in seeing what UGA students are doing and feels as though that is what has contributed to much of her success, including many large brand deals.
So I've done a couple of collaborations. My bigger ones have been Bartleby, which is like a homework platform from Barnes & Nobles. I've done HP, the computer system software company, and then I also did the Honey Pot company. That was my biggest deal.
While the concern for the average TikTok user may seem screen level, one UGA professor understands how there could be a deeper national concern.
It would be a very interesting way of gathering intelligence for other countries. What they can do is they can blackmail very high-level people, or they can gather just gather intelligence from everyday conversations that these people have.
He's also unsure of whether or not banning the app is the best way.
It seems like a big overreach of the power of the federal government. If something like that is upheld for a long enough period of time, then it kind of sets a precedent where the federal government could really interfere to a large extent.
Aside from the pending ban, content creators like Johnston are remaining optimistic.
I will say, just because of how TikTok works, creators know how to pivot. So I don't think it would be a problem if the app were to shut down, that like creators couldn't find another stream of revenue or succeed on another platform.
Olivia Gauthier, Grady News Source. Nearly 50 Jackson County residents were in attendance at the Planning Commission public hearing Thursday night to contest proposal MA-22-0118 to change a plot of land classified as agricultural to rural. Many residents gathered to express concerns regarding how these new land developments would impact their community and resources.
So then, in theory, if you double the population, you double the impact on your emergency services.
Yes, sir.
This change would allow clearance for a subdivision to be built off Holly Springs Road in Maysville. I spoke with one resident about why contesting this proposal was so important to him.
Today is probably historic in the county for Jackson County. You know, I grew up in Hall County and went to service. I got wounded and I came home and I noticed the county that I left to go serve my country was not the same county that I grew up in. Jackson County right now is having to cover a lot of ground. Jackson County cannot police Jackson County as it is with the population. It's very critical that today and the next hearing that's going to be had, that more Jackson County residents get here to the hearing, because we need to keep Jackson County as an agriculture county.
The Jackson County Planning Commission did rule in favor of the majority, moving to deny the proposed map developments. I spoke with Planning Commissioner Harold Mull about their decision.
I understand where the community's coming from in regards to not wanting the area to be overrun population-wise, don't have the infrastructure such as roads and schools and everything else to support it. Plus you have the environmental concerns there of it being a farmland, and then you're going to put roads in there with asphalt and then the runoff and everything else.
And the emotions leaving the courtroom today were very different than the emotions arriving. Many Jackson County residents who were in opposition to this proposed redistricting left very happy with the outcome. The Jackson County Planning Commission made it very clear that they are only here to gain opinions and provide the Jackson County Commissioners with their vote for the Jackson County Commission to have the final decision. For Grady News Source, Olivia Gauthier.